morning and welcome to Trail Grazers Bugging Out. We are here at the cabin. Actually, this is our third day. We came up this weekend to do the Viking stove, which is a separate video. And we'll be leaving this afternoon after a very successful 3 days up here. And I have a little bit of time, so I'm going to get started on the leather furniture. Now, this video, which we're calling Lathering the Leather, is going to be a series of clips because it will occur over time. There are some time frames that we have to do something and then wait for a while. And so that's what we'll be doing, and we'll bring you the video when everything is done, and it may be several weeks. So here is the leather furniture that we're talking about. This is a couch and a chair. And they obviously were very beautiful in their day, which was many, many, many years ago. I hesitate to even guess how long ago that was. But they've had a lot of wear, a lot of tear. And when we were talking to the owner about this furniture, he said at some point he needed to replace the couches here. And I said, oh, please give me a chance to see if I can refurbish this leather. I love a challenge, and I think that I can do some things for this leather that he won't have to replace it. And of course, leather furniture is thousands of dollars anyway, and he probably wouldn't replace it with leather. And leather so fits this cabin. So I'm just going to see what I can do. So what I'm going to do first is pull the cushions to see if there are any surprises. So far not. My goodness, it looks like there's a zipper there. And I'm going to vacuum.
It's pretty clean. What is the back side of the couch, the cushion?
So, oh, a lucky penny. So there's some flies, there's a little bit of mouse damage, and there's a, what is this?
It's a strap to hold it.
It's a bed. Is it a bed, Jim?
Could be.
We'll have to explore that. I don't think it's a bed. But what could it be?
Well,
I don't know. So we'll figure that out. And then what I'm going to do is the back side of the cushions are leather. There is a zipper for replacing. I'm not going to need to do that, but you can see right here what it used to look like. So there's been a lot of scuffing, a lot of discoloration. There's a lot of little spots on these. And so today, before we leave, my goal is to get this all vacuumed out, both under these cushions and under the chair cushion. You can see that the chair has some significant damage. I have no idea what, this looks oily. That's from somebody's head and hands. Maybe a mechanic at some point in time stayed here and this was his favorite chair. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get those stains out. Not a lot of mouse damage, thank goodness. So today is vacuuming, and if we get a little bit of a chance, I will maybe start my first layer on, I'm just going to spray it with some soapy water, Dawn dishwashing soap. I'm going gentle first, and then depending on the results, we'll use tougher and tougher cleaning agents to get it all clean. And then ultimately I'm going to feed the leather with a very significant amount of, I can't remember what it is called. I looked it all up online, but I wasn't expecting to do this, and so I didn't bring the printouts with me. But there is something that you can rub on it that will soak in and moisturize the leather. Will do that. And I don't intend at this point to re-dye the leather, although you can do that. So we'll just see how it goes step by step. So we'll come back a couple of times today and show you our progress for today, and then we'll keep going on this video for several weeks.
How you doing?
Well, I'm learning some things already. Over here, I'll show you in just a minute, but the lighter part almost soaks everything in. Well, I'll show you right now. Here's my soapy water. And so I spray some soapy water. I tried spraying the whole cushion over there, and then I take a little scrub brush to it and it dries out before I can get around to all of it. So this is very absorbent. This, where the stain is still intact, stays wetter, but I'm getting dirt off, and then what I'm doing is coming back with that cloth and this brush is also putting little brush marks on here, but those will all come off, I'm sure, when I put the sealer on it and the whatever refurbishes the suppleness of the leather so that it makes it more impervious to water. So right now I'm trying to rinse all the soap out on this one that got in there when I was doing the brushing. Some of the stains came out, but others didn't, and that was to be expected. This is the chair, I think. Yes, this is the chair. There are little straps and clips. When I was vacuuming under the cushion area, there's little straps and clips to connect the cushions in place and hold them in place. So that's what, see right here, these little clips? Yeah, there's hooks in the back of the chair. Oh, the sun just came out. That's great.
You want to go ahead and turn it back over because you've got some drops. You may just have to dry out.
They'll dry. Yeah, it's really scuffed. But obviously this furniture has lasted for many, many years, so there's been a lot of good wear out of it. If we can get a few more years, there's some little white things, little spots that are not coming out, so I don't know if some paint got on it at some point. I don't really want to go deep into the leather to get them out, so we may just have to live with it. All right, moving on.
Okay, looks like you're at it again. What's going on?
Oh, I'm working on the leather. I just, I have this leather honey cleaner that's supposed to be really, really good. I don't know about that. We'll see. I know. That's why I bought it, because it had the word honey in it.
It had the word honey in it. You thought it was sweet.
So you're supposed to spray it on the cloth, but I'm not finding that to be wonderful. And, you know, given how old this is, and
you're going to go against the rules.
I'm going to go against the rules. So I do spray it on there, and I've done this arm. It's not taking off some of the stains, sadly enough, but it does look a lot better. So I'm actually just spraying it on the leather, and I know that that's not what you're supposed to do, but I just think it needs an extra heavy dose. See, there's all these little stains here.
I see.
And I just don't think they're gonna, I think they're just embedded in the leather. I think what we're gonna have to do is just be happy with however it turns out. Because I've tried soap and water, I've tried detergent, and none of that is touching these. I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit. We can see the original color right here. We're never going to get to that color.
No, I don't think so.
But unless we get it wet, then when it's wet, it turns that darker brown.
Probably so. Then it'll really be messed up.
And I know that you can get dyes and re-dye leather. You know, there is a limit to the extent. If this were sitting in my living room, it would be altogether different. But
it wouldn't be sitting in our living room like this.
No. No, we have leather in our living room, and it's as pristine as the day we bought it 20 years ago.
At least.
So, because we've taken good care of it. But, so I'm not going to go to the extreme. I want to get it clean, I want to get it conditioned, and then we'll just deal with it however that turns out. But this is this is making a little bit of a difference from when I was just washing it with soap and water. So I'm going to continue, and this is going to be a multi-week process. So this is the cleaner, and they also make a conditioner, but it didn't arrive in time for this trip. So, and we won't be back because the Easter holiday is next weekend. We're having a big family dinner at our house. So we'll be bringing it back 2 weeks from now, and maybe the conditioner will help. So I'm just going to keep plugging along here.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, the continuing saga. This is what, week 3 or week 4 that we've been up here working on this leather. It has been washed with soapy water. It has been conditioned, and now I'm not getting the coverage of the stains and the worn spots that I had wanted. And I just looked through everything online to see what I could find. And I was not happy at all with the dyes and what people were saying about the dyes. Some people said it's like putting a new layer on rather than having a dye soak into the leather. And so I just remembered Jim and my dad and the shoe polish that they used to use. And I thought, maybe I'll just get some shoe polish and see if I can get a deeper color and cover up some of the worn spots and the stains. So I tried a little bit on the back, and now I'm going to try it. This is called Melatonian boot and shoe cream polish. And so this is a shoe polish. It is a really creamy substance right here. I just brought one little jar up so that I could try it out. The chair is in terrible shape, much worse than the couch is. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on here, which is what I was doing on the back. And then I'm going to apply it in a circular motion. And it is dyeing the leather. And then I'll probably condition it again. There are water stains on this like crazy. Other people have tried to, my washing didn't leave water stains because I had it under control and out in the sun and wiped it, and it was dry. It didn't stain, but other people have tried to wash it. But this would give a nice deeper color, which I would be thrilled with if it stays. So I'm working on the chair to perfect my method before I go over to the couch. I'm probably going to use it all up on the chair, actually. So I'm really happy with it so far. And after we let this dry completely, I may put another, Jim was suggesting maybe we'll do another coat, or 2 even. But what I really like is that it is covering up these really, really worn spots. So I think that looks pretty good. What do you think, Jim?
I think it looks very nice.
I do too.
A lot different than what it was as we compare the two sides.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going to do the top here real
you know, I
quick.
think one of the things that you need to do is move out of the light and get a real comparison of what's not done versus what is done.
Like that?
Kind of like that. Move all the way out of the light.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
That's a whole lot of difference.
It is a whole lot of difference. This seems light right here. I might try to see if I can get some more on there. Okay, I'm going to be really interested. This spot is not going away no matter what I did to it. It's just going to be there. And the arms are split here and there. So I'm going to get some arm covers to do it that way. So I'm going to continue working, and we'll bring you back as we go. empty jar.
Yeah, really.
So I've done all I can do. I just wanted to bring up one jar to see. So as you can see, I got half a cushion and I got this arm, but not that arm. And when we come up next, and I didn't get anything on the couch. So I probably need 5 or 6 more of these little jars. And then we'll have a first coat on this. So I'm really pleased so far.
That sounds fantastic.
More to come. We're up, it's another week later, and we came up this week. My only goal was to finish the leather. And I bought 6 new little jars of the shoe polish that I've been using in the color brown, which seems to be doing great. And I was able to get the chair completely finished. And then I opened up a jar to do the other side. And this is what I found. 2 of the 6 jars are the green on the right. The left is the brown color. I was so disgusted. So I will be returning those and ordering 2 more brown ones. So as a result, it will be yet another trip up here to finish by the time I send those green ones back and get 2 new brown ones. But if you notice the difference, the contrast between one side of the couch and the other side of the couch, so far it is just looking beautiful. So I'm happy about it. And the next time you see a clip, keep our fingers crossed. It should be us showing you the finished result. Here we are 2 weeks later, and all finished. I am so thrilled. We just think it is beautiful. And these little covers for the arms work just fine to cover up the slits. And the color just turned out beautiful. You know, I started this project thinking that I was not going to dye the leather, but there was just no other alternative to get it to look nice. And I'm so grateful that I was able to figure out and find the right kind of a polish to use on this that would dye the leather, soak into the leather itself to become part of the overall outcome. You know, I've been thinking about my dad a lot. He has been gone for well over a decade. The things that we learned in our family, you know, we were taught growing up to don't be afraid to give of yourself to help someone else without any expectation of anything in return. And that's how we feel about this experience at the cabin. We have an arrangement with the owner, and it has just been our wonderful experience to be cleaning up this cabin and making it a better place. Now, we are getting something in return as a result of this, but nevertheless, when I do something like this leather, I think this is my way of saying thank you to the owner for his generosity in allowing us to have access to this beautiful property. And we know that it could go away at any time. He could sell it out from under us. And some of you have made that comment that you are concerned. Why would you put all of that work and all of that expense? Well, we're hardly doing any expense for one thing. Just a few things for our own convenience that we could take with us in the event that the property was sold out from under us. We are willing to take that risk. And in return, we are having this phenomenal learning curve activity of readying a place for a bugging out place. And whether or not we get to keep it for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 2 decades, it really doesn't matter to us. We are going to continue to give of ourselves while we are here in return for the privilege of being here and making these videos. And when and if the time comes that we have to leave, yes, we'll be sad about it, but we will have absolutely no regrets. It has been our privilege and such a fun time. We are having a great time being up here and doing these things, learning new skills. And isn't that what life is about? Just helping others as we go and learning new skills and being of service in the world. So this leather experience is a brand new experience for me. It was a tough learning curve. I'm so glad I have that experience now. So thank you for being with us on this, 6-week journey of lathering the leather. And stay tuned for more fantastic adventures up here at the cabin.